SpaceX have just launched their Crew 3 mission. As mentioned on the official SpaceX channel, on November 11th, SpaceX and NASA launched Dragon's third long-duration operational crew mission, known as Crew 3 to the International Space Station, from the historic Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Falcon 9's first stage landed on a Shortfall of Gravitas droneship. End quote. NASA said the following on their website. On Thursday, November 11th at approximately 7:10 p.m, Dragon will dock with the space station. During Crew Dragon's flight, SpaceX will monitor a series of automatic spacecraft maneuvers from its Mission Control Center in Hawthorne, California, and NASA teams will monitor space station operations throughout the flight, from the Mission Control Center at the agency's Johnson Space Center in Houston. End quote. Elon said the following in regards to SpaceX's recent missions. You want to wake up in the morning and think the future is going to be great, and that's what being a spacefaring civilization is all about. It's about believing in the future, and thinking that the future will be better than the past, and I can't think of anything more exciting than going out there and being among the stars. End quote. Something that people have picked up on during these missions is that of mysterious objects in the background. Now it's important to note that NASA and SpaceX have said that these objects are not of interest, and that the most likely answer for what people are seeing is space debris and camera anomalies. This hasn't stopped people from sharing alleged objects that have approached these rockets, and what's interesting about this is that some have noticed that the camera pans away after these strange objects come into view. Now this isn't to say that this is something mysterious, but believers have often said that when one of these strange objects comes into view, SpaceX along with the International Space Station cameras will often pan to another shot. One person said that a cluster of strange lights could be seen in a few frames of the footage, leading them to share the photograph on social media groups that investigate strange sightings. Those who saw the images were split on what it was, with some agreeing that it does show something of interest, and is similar to strange triangle-shaped crafts that are often seen by people across the world, while others were not convinced and said that it's likely pareidolia, and people are interpreting space debris as something else. Others though were not so quick to dismiss these sightings, saying that for a long time now NASA have been capturing strange things on their live cameras, and notes that both SpaceX and NASA do the same thing when one of these objects comes into view, and that's that they switch cameras or turn them off completely. Those working at NASA have said that the reason this happens is because of bad signal, but as some have pointed out, is it really just a coincidence that this keeps happening when one of these strange objects shows up? Elon's been quite vocal about the fact that he's never seen any evidence to suggest that UFOs are genuine. He did say that it's likely that consciousness might exist in the vastness of space, but also said that if there were UFOs out there who would know about them, going on to say the following. I have seen nothing to indicate that there are any alien civilizations whatsoever. I'd be the first to jump on that in a second, but I've seen no such evidence. End quote. The topic of mysterious flying crafts is an interesting one, and although some think of aliens when the subject comes up, it's important to note that UFO is simply an object that can't be identified at that moment in time. It's only been in recent years that the two have been linked together. Tom DeLonge is someone who's been vocal about mysterious crafts. He says that To the Stars Academy has recovered a mysterious piece of metamaterial that is believed to have come from a mysterious flying object. The piece of alloy metal shows signs of advanced engineering that's never been seen before on Earth, or at least hasn't been known by the public eye. The team compared the material to other metal materials that have already been discovered on secretive military bases, and could not find a single match, or any evidence that this particular material is in the possession of American intelligence. To the Stars Academy Steve Justice is working on verifying the authenticity of the material, which has proven to be a grueling process, The documentation and validity of the metal has to go through a chain of personnel before it can be considered truly authentic. However, Justice is confident that the materials could not have been faked, because the manufacturing that would have been necessary to create such a metal is far too advanced for us, and says that no earthly engineer could have achieved this. The piece of metal material itself looks like a sparkly grey mould of dirt. It certainly contradicts Hollywood's portrayal of extraterrestrial objects. Typically, we aspire these things to be colourful, shiny and advanced. But some have said this goes to show that different planets might not work the way we think, and that their organic materials transcend the limits of ours on Earth. Tom DeLonge is undoubtedly excited about this discovery. He's been a long-time space enthusiast who wanted to research mysterious crafts and extraterrestrial life. Starting out, DeLonge worked alongside other space enthusiasts who didn't have science or aerospace credentials, but a passion for space nonetheless. It wasn't until he met high-up officials that he could officially launch a legitimate investigative academy. From that point on, these scientists, intelligence officers and spacegoers created To the Stars Academy, which will only continue to thrive under the trustworthy hand of America's top analysis. This metamaterial discovery will pave the way for many other discoveries made by the To the Stars Academy. So what do you make of these photographs? Do you think they show space debris, or is it something a bit more mysterious? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.